Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Kawasaki Railcar Manufacturing President and CEO, Hiroshi Murao.
Dear distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Thank you very much indeed for visiting Kawasaki Railcar here today. It is a greatest honor and pleasure having the recognition ceremony for Kawasaki's delivery of 5,000 railcars in cumulative to the transit authorities in the United States. Let me recall how we are here today. In 1979, Kawasaki was awarded the first contract in the United States from SEPTA for 141 light rail vehicles. In this contract, we fully completed 2 pilot cars in Japan, and as for the remaining production cars, we manufactured car shell in Japan and conducted final assembly at Boeing Bartow facilities. Then, in 1982, Kawasaki was awarded the first contract from NYCT for 325 R62 cars. Those cars still operational. Then, in 1984, Kawasaki participated in the path bid, including new PA4 cars and refurbishment of PA123 cars. In this project, we are required to establish a manufacturing facility within 25 miles from the Statue of Liberty. And that's why we established KRC in Yonkers here, and that's why we are here today. Since then, the KRC Yonkers has been a beacon of Kawasaki's railcar business in the United States and creating new values for our customers in the United States and providing safe and reliable railway mobility with technical edge. For more contribution to Buy America and creation of local job opportunities, we made a decision to build a railcar manufacturing facilities from scratch at Kawasaki Motors Manufacturing in Lincoln, Nebraska. We shipped the historical first car from KMM in 2002, which was the R142A car for NYCT. Since then, we are manufacturing and delivering the rail cars fully made in America and have delivered 5,000 rail cars for various U.S. transit authorities during the last 4 decades, comprising 2,456 cars for New York City Transit, 474 cars for Metro-North Railroad, 326 cars for Long Island Railroad, 517 cars for PATH, 266 cars for SEPTA, 748 cars for UMATA, 140 cars for MBTA, 50 cars for MARC, and 13 cars for VRE. In total, 3,783 cars, the equivalent to 76% of 5,000 cars, have been delivered to the transit authority in the New York area. And I'm here to express my special gratitude to all of you for the significant business opportunities and support extended to Kawasaki. In the last 4 decades, all of us here face many challenges, including Hurricane Sandy, COVID-19, and many other crises, but we overcame together. It is a greatest honor to work together with all authorities in the New York area. We are currently manufacturing 30 cars of R211 a month, and you see here today behind you, you can see many R211 cars. They are for delivery to the Staten Island Railways, which passenger service was inaugurated by MTA Chairman and CEO Jano Liber yesterday. Jano-san, thank you very much for inviting us for that event. Thank you very much. In the course of our R211 contract, we expect to achieve delivery of 6,000 cars. Also, we should extend our deepest appreciation for the tremendous support by local communities where KRC and KMM operate, and the intensive work by employees of KRC and KMM. Without this support and work, we could not have today's accomplishment. Again, thank you very much indeed for the opportunities to work with us, with you. We commit to deliver reliable Kawasaki brand rail cars made in America and look forward to continuing our valued relationship with you for many more decades from now on. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you for your support.
Please welcome Ambassador Mikio Mori, Consul General of Japan in New York.
Oops, sorry. Good morning, everyone. And I'd like to first start extending my sincere congratulations to all who are involved in this manufacturing excellent subway cars for these auspicious occasions. Particularly, Hiroshi Sacho, Murashi Sacho, 本当に今日はおめでとうございます。And everybody who have been involved in this manufacturing, congratulations. And thank you for inviting me to today's commemorative ceremony for the delivery of the 5,000th rail cars by Kawasaki in the United States. It is great pleasure to be here at this wonderful facility. Established in Japan over a century ago, Kawasaki has left indelible tracks across the landscape of global railway history. As for the US, I understand that in 1979, Kawasaki Heavy Industry received its first US rail car order for light rail vehicles from the Southeastern Pennsylvania Transportation Authority, which is SEPTA, in Philadelphia. This year marks exactly 45 years since that first order, and remarkably, I hear that the rail cars delivered back then are still in operation in Philadelphia. I believe this is one clear testament to the superior quality of the rail cars manufactured by Kawasaki. Additionally, I understand that operations at the Yonkers plant began in 1985. By the way, 1986. 1986 is coincidentally the first year I came to the United States. At that time, Kawasaki received an order, as Mr. Murao mentioned, from the Port Authority Trans-Hudson Corporation, or PATH, to manufacture the PA4. I also hear that this contract required Kawasaki to have a production facility within the 55 miles radius of the Statue of Liberty, and as a result, as also Mr. Murao mentioned, Kawasaki established its plant here in Yonkers, about 18 miles from the Statue of Liberty. By selecting Yonkers for 4 decades ago for its railcar manufacturing facility, Kawasaki demonstrated a commitment to the success and prosperity of the tri-state area and New York State. A few years later, in 1989, Kawasaki Railcar was established, and in 2001, the company set up a full-fledged railcar manufacturing plant in Lincoln, Nebraska, creating a two-plant system in North America. I understand that the 5,000th railcar, which we are celebrating today, is the R211 series for the subway, which has been manufactured under contract with New York City Transit and is currently located behind me. This mass production capacity is made possible not only by the Yonkers plant, but also by the Lincoln plant, which has been playing a crucial role since its establishment in 2001. I'm amazed to hear that the Lincoln plant is now capable of producing 30 of these R211 railcar per month, which equates to 1 railcar a day. Perhaps I'd like to make my personal personal thinking after I looked through the newly produced R211 rail cars. It is a magnificent and very much superior quality train cars, which reminds me a lot of Japanese like subway or Shinkansen or Japanese quality rail cars, which we are very much proud of it. And by doing this, Kawasaki is bringing the Japanese spirit to American rail car productions. And I believe we should be pursuing this route so that everybody in America should be able to enjoy the excellent capacity, excellent quality of Japanese rail cars. And thanks to these cooperative efforts, Kawasaki's rail cars are now operating not only in New York and New Jersey, but also in Pennsylvania, Washington, D.C., Boston, Maryland, and other locations. We take great pride in seeing a Japanese company supporting the rail infrastructure of many U.S. cities and improving the quality of life of ordinary Americans. Through your impressive rail car, which exemplified a presence of Japan in New York and the U.S., I believe that the relationship between the United States and Japan will continue to strengthen, and I sincerely wish for the continued growth and success of Kawasaki in the future. Thank you very much.
Please welcome New York State Senate Majority Leader Andrea StewartCousins.
It is great to be here. Thank you so much to President Morel. Thank you, and our ambassador. And you'll be hearing from Jano, who heads up the MTA, and the mayor and the deputy county executive. But as I'm listening to the history, and coincidentally, it kind of matches my history because I came to Yonkers in 1979, and one of the biggest companies was Kawasaki. And when I got into government, one of the first things with the mayor back then in 1992, one of the first things we did was come to Kawasaki and discuss the relationship with community, the relationship with the city, and how potentially this partnership would benefit all. I am so happy to be here to say that the aspirations of what this company could mean, not only for the city, but for the state and the country, has been met and continues to exceed expectations. It is certainly something that we are very, very proud of. We're proud that 78% of your rail cars are used by us in the city and the state. We're proud that you use New York State businesses. About 30% of your contracts are with our own businesses, that you are working constantly to be inclusive, to work with disadvantaged businesses, about 10%. You keep moving forward, and most awesome is the quality of the rail cars. My grandson, who's 3, said to his mom over the weekend, "I got to get on a train." That's all he wanted to do. So sure enough, you know, she popped on Metro North. Thank you, Catherine. It's phenomenal. And they went down to Grand Central. It was, you know, the most fun that he'd had. And then when they got to Grand Central, he was in awe of the ceiling you forget the joy of the trains, especially as we grow up and have so many pressing things. But when I walked into this space, once again, looking at the cars and very strategically laid out these rail cars to spell C-A-R, in case we didn't know, the awe of that childhood expectation and excitement around trains comes right back. So there are a lot of things that you have brought to us besides excellence, competency, beauty in terms of the structure, but you also keep sparking that imagination, keep awakening that child in us. So thank you for the 5,000 rail cars. I'm always rooting as a state legislator, my colleagues from the Assembly and the Senate here also, we're rooting for you when it comes to contracts, but the reality is that you are your best advertisement because of the work that you do. Continued success. Thank you.
Please welcome MTA Chairman and CEO Jano Liber.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for having me, and thank you for having the entire MTA brass. I have no idea how the mass transit system is operating with everybody up here, but all the commuter railroads and New York City Transit are represented by their leadership here, which is a testament to how important this relationship is to us. You know, we say it all the time, Kawasaki makes great rail cars. Kawasaki makes great rail cars, and we're here to celebrate a milestone, but for us at the MTA, we're here to celebrate a relationship that has a long history, but really is representative of the recovery of the mass transit system in New York, which began in the early 80s. My predecessors, Ravitch and Kiley and others, decided that they wanted to fix the New York subway system and the mass transit system in general. And the first thing they did, or the first big thing they did, was to buy rail cars from Kawasaki and to begin the relationship that the leader just spoke about, the history that is right here. So this is a very, this is a symbolic day and a milestone, but it's also a moment to reflect on the relationship and the role that this relationship has played in the revival of mass transit in the densest, most populous, most economically vibrant part of the United States of America. So thank you, Kawasaki. You can clap for that. So I want to thank, obviously, Ambassador Mori. I also want to acknowledge that Mr. Murao and some of his colleagues were with us yesterday when we were celebrating another milestone, which is we're completely replacing the fleet, railcar fleet on Staten Island with new Kawasaki R211s. It's another sign of how important you are to everything we're accomplishing. I also have to acknowledge other partners in government. There's so many here today, and they've been acknowledged, but I especially want to call out County Executive Latimer and Deputy County Executive Ken Jenkins have been great partners in everything we do. They understand, they represent a suburban county, and in the United States, people, generally think suburbia doesn't relate to transit, but they get it, and we're very, very grateful for the partnership with the Westchester County Executive. And there is no greater champion for the MTA and mass transit in the state of New York and maybe in the country than the Senate Majority Leader who you just heard from, Andrea StewartCousins. So Leader, thank you for everything you do. The MTA wouldn't be operating at such a high level if the legislature and the governor under in large part, Leader StewartCousins' leadership stepped up to address the operating budget issues that came out of COVID. We have been able, as a result of all that support, to maintain and even increase our service when the rest of the country, transit has been dialing back service because coming out of COVID, there's a little less ridership. But not in New York. We're growing service. We're taking all those rail cars and we're giving people even more transit, because transit is the key to equity, to opportunity for people who are middle income or working class or at the lower end of the economic spectrum. It gives them access to jobs and everything, and education and everything. And it's also the antidote to climate change. Those rail cars and mass transit is the antidote to climate change, the biggest threat facing our country and our world right now. And all of us are blessed to be part of that solution. But back to the business of today, the 5,000 rail cars produced in the country and here in Yonkers is a major accomplishment. Smart investment for Kawasaki. I was talking to Ambassador Morao and his staff. The MTA owns roughly half of the rail cars in the United States. Makes sense to locate your production facilities here. And I know the leader and I are excited because 90% of the MTA's capital program, all of our spending, $55 billion now, hopefully $68 billion in the next 5 years, 90% of that goes to expenditures in New York State. So we love working with New York State companies like Kawasaki here. And in that new capital program, which the MTA just implemented, we've got $10 billion earmarked for new rail cars. So there's opportunity for us to do more work together. And I look out at the workforce, the Kawasaki workforce here standing there. We would love next time I'm here to have even more of those red t-shirts represented here, and we're going to work with you to grow that. It is time to replace the aging MTA subway and commuter rail car fleet. Newsflash, old rail cars, and I love those ones you made for us in the 1980s, but they are worn out. They're 40 years old. They break down, old rail cars break down 6 times as frequently as new rail cars. You need to protect the passengers to buy new rail cars. So we're going to retire all those old cars. We love what Kawasaki did for us going back 40 years, and we want you to be part of this historic effort. So huge thanks to Kawasaki, huge thanks to the elected officials who are such a big piece of it. Huge thanks to Mayor Spano. We love coming to Yonkers and seeing how you're prospering here. And especially big thanks to the workforce that has done so much to create these great rail cars that our riders just love. Thank you.
Please welcome Westchester Deputy County Executive, Ken Jenkins.
First, good morning, everyone. And I bring you greetings first on behalf of County Executive George Latimer. It's a privilege to be here with you, President Morrow, and all of the Kawasaki family that's here with us today, our colleagues in government on the elected side, and all of our folks that are running the trains and everything that are here with us this morning, President Liber, and certainly my good friend Kathy Rinaldi from the MTA as well, and all of our other folks. We're certainly happy to be here on behalf of the county to speak behind all of the elected officials today, celebrating the work that Kawasaki continues to do, understanding that Kawasaki was established over a century ago, and it is one of the earliest rail car manufacturers here in the United States, and certainly the outstanding achievement of the ISO 9002 certification, which certifies the model of quality assurance for the production, servicing, and installation of the products that you all produce. Since the founding of the Yonkers facility in 1979, Kawasaki has experienced exponential growth from a $74 million worth of sales at that time to over $12 billion. This 150,000 square foot facility stands as a hub for creativity, craftsmanship, where the new cars are assembled and the old ones are overhauled and state-of-the-art testing is conducted. We at the county level appreciate Kawasaki calling Westchester County and Yonkers home for the past 4 decades, where you've created jobs and built a community of people that are dedicated to bettering transportation. Today, as we celebrate Kawasaki's 5,000th U.S. railcar, we thank them and all of you for investing here in Yonkers and in Westchester County. From high-speed commuter rails to the light rail and rapid transit cars, Kawasaki's product range embodies versatility, practicality, and with each meticulously designed to address unique challenges. We thank Kawasaki for their commitment to sustainability and environmental friendliness. We thank you all for your lasting commitment to the people of Westchester and for also helping us reach our destinations with comfort, style, and safety. Thank you so much, and congratulations.
Please welcome City of Yonkers Mayor Mike Spano.
Thank you, and good morning, everyone. Let me start off by just saying to the Kawasaki leadership, thank you for being here today. A special thanks to Governor Hochul, who's not with us, but certainly always with us in spirit. To the ambassador, welcome to Yonkers. To our Senate Majority Leader, and the members of the state delegation, but certainly Senator Andrea StewartCousins, always someone that we can count on here in Yonkers. To the county executive, who's not here, but he sent Ken, and Ken is obviously always there, and a Yonkers native, it's spot on. To our county legislators who are with him. To the members of the city council, my colleagues in city government that helped make this all work for us. We're here in what was the old Otis elevator plant. Think about that. Otis, for those of you who travel the world, go into an elevator, and very often you're going to see the name Otis. It all started right here in this facility. And it was Otis Elevator and his creation of not the elevator, but the brake that allowed for, because it wouldn't have worked so well on a high rise if they didn't have a brake. But it was his invention that created the largest elevator company in the entire world. And here in Yonkers, it was Otis Elevator, and it was the Alexander Smith Carpet Factory, the largest carpet factory in the world. They were the 2 economic engines of Yonkers at the time. And when United Technologies came in and purchased Otis Elevator, and then at the time, I think Mayor Martinelli was the mayor, and they built this facility for United Technologies to leave soon after, leaving this property empty. And there was an opportunity. There was a new opportunity for Yonkers to be there in the forefront of something new, something innovative. And that's when Kawasaki came in and built and has been building rail cars here. And so now the backdrop is Lionsgate. It's movie studios, along with building these beautiful rail cars. Now, I know that we want to see Kawasaki expand, and I just want the chairman to know, it's good to see the chairman of the MTA here, that there's 4 acres over there where there are MTA bus garage is on with New York City's buses, so we want to get rid of them. We get rid of those guys, we'll have additional space for Kawasaki here. We'd certainly love to accommodate that. But it is good to be here, good to be part of this celebration, 5,000 cars. We hope that you continue to grow and to prosper and to continue to hire people from our region, from our city, to be a part of what's happening here in Yonkers. And thank you. Thank you for the investment. Most of all, thank you to the people. I mean, I met Carlos, David, and Juan before. Thank you for doing what you do here every day, because it's about what we're building for not just us, our families and our future. And that's what these rail cars represent. The economic engine of New York is driven right through Yonkers, New York. So it's good to see all of you, and God bless you.
To close our program, please welcome Kawasaki Railcar President and Chief Operating Officer, Yusuke Hosi.
Thank you all for joining us for this memorial major milestone for Kawasaki. In recognition of this milestone for Kawasaki, we have created commemorative coins which we have presented to each of our indeed elected officials in attendance today. Thank you for Ambassador Mori and leader StewartCousins and MTA Chair Rivas and Deputy Executive Jenkins. Thank you. And Mayor Spano. And kind word to today's continued support. Thank you for Assembly members, Pretro. Yeah, thank you. And Sayed. Yeah, thank you. And MTA leaders, President Rinaldi. And the President Cristro. Thank you. And Rob Free. Yeah, for your ongoing partnership with Kawasaki. Kawasaki Railcar has close to 500 employees, but not everyone works in Yonkers in New York. At this time, I would like to recognize those employees joining us remotely. You can see the screen, right? Yes, they are from Pitokin, Hillside, Arch Street, Staten Island in New York, and New Haven, Connecticut, Harrison, New Jersey, and Greenville, Maryland. Also, I would like to recognize our fellow employees in our sister facility in Lincoln, Nebraska. I take this opportunity to thank you for each and every one of you for the hard work. We could not achieve this today's milestone without your dedications. Now, I would like to ask MTA Chair Mr. Jano Liber and Mr. Murao to join me for this podium. As a symbol of our appreciation, we would like to present with this coin as a token of Kawasaki's gratitude of New York State for the opportunity achieving 5,000 railcar in the United States. Picture is okay. This position is okay. This position is more preferable. Yes. Maybe this is more preferable, right? Thank you very much. Thank you. So now, if I could ask everybody to please turn around your face to the cameras for the grouping photos. That would be the great appreciated, right? Please.
Ladies and gentlemen in the audience, please turn around and face the camera for a group picture.
Thank you very much. Thank you.